I thought growing old would take longer. Hey there, how's it going, you guys? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So, what's going on today with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? Still holding on the other side of $4,000. I got my fingers crossed that that's a good sign. Of course, you never know what's going to happen in these cryptocurrency markets, but we know that long-term digital currencies are definitely the way of the future. As we move into a digital world, we need digital money, especially something that's decentralized like Bitcoin. We got my co-host Samantha over here.
Good morning, everyone.
How are you today, Samantha?
I am good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what are you thinking about the Bitcoin price today?
Not bad. I mean, I don't know. I'm okay with it, but I'm gonna always be okay with it. So I don't know.
So you're making peace with it. Do you think that with what Bitwise is telling us that, I mean, the markets are extremely manipulated, right? That possibly there's some suppression happening with the price. Do you believe that Bitcoin has a value higher than $4,000, USD at this moment, based on the fundamental technologies, knowing that it's kind of inevitable at this point that Bitcoin is going to become part of the internet and accepted across the world?
I mean, everybody knew that there was wash trading, and everybody knew that there was lying on like every exchange and every government and everything. Like everybody knew, like that we knew, just like everybody knows about Facebook and things, and yet somehow it's still shocking, like that it is another party literally saying, "Oh, for sure." You're like, we actually only have like 20% or something of the actual volume. That's ridiculous. Like, that's crazy. But, I mean, yes, it should probably be more than $4,000. Like, it should be more.
So, but what about possibly playing devil's advocate here and looking at things possibly on the other side here? That, a lot of people say that Bitcoin's just a scam. It's a big Ponzi scheme. Maybe they have to manipulate the price of what's going on right now.
You froze.
The camera froze.
There we go.
We're back. So maybe the price has to be manipulated. Maybe that's what's going on right now, that Bitcoin doesn't have any value. I know, it just sounds so awkward coming out of my mouth. I don't know if I can keep rolling with it.
I was surprised you got as far in that statement as you did. So there you go. I'm glad. Yes. No. I mean, I don't think it's that.
We got proof of stake coming out. I mean, we're going to possibly be seeing this year if proof of stake is a good alternative to proof of work. I mean, there's, I don't even know, 1,000 different cryptocurrencies. Beaky, are you like pro or against staking here?
Beaky's just pro making noise and being on camera.
So, could it be the downfall of Bitcoin a little bit as we see staking happening and proof of work is very energy consumptive, and we start seeing everything that's going on with people losing interest in it? Or do you think that this is more of the, look, we got some bright shiny lights over here and distracting us while other people are collecting Bitcoin in the background, knowing that at the end of the day, it's probably going to be the truest form of digital currency out there, with the least amount of manipulation and the least amount of just printing and bag holders and back doors and possible scams associated with it?
I mean, I know at the end of the day, I'm going to be holding Bitcoin.
But how do we show everybody else? I think that's kind of a bigger question. All right, I've been ranting enough. Would you want to pull up that screen share and take a look at Coin Paprika? We'll take a look at these markets together, see what we got going on. Of course, please comment in the chat. Let us know what you got going on. Just say hey to Samantha and let us know that you're here. Every YouTube channel has their own niche, right? Crypto Daily just made his new little room there. I've seen that episode.
Studio, that thing was cool looking.
And I mean, Crypto Zombie breaks things down and talks a lot about the altcoin. Our thing is that, we make you part of this, right? We're not a big channel. You can go ahead and communicate in the chat, and we talk to you, right? We bring you out on air, your voice, your thoughts, and we discuss it as a group. One of the other things is that we're always trying to get you guys to come out here and join us on air, right? So please hit me up at my email, hit me up on Twitter, follow me on all the different social media. Don't forget to share out and give this video the thumbs up so that we can add more people to our group here, because we just really need a Bitcoin round discussion about what's actually happening in these markets, where someone's not trying to make a buck off of us or sell us some sort of web seminars in order to find out what's really happening here in the space.
Like we need to be a part of it, because that's the only way this is going to work.
All right, as we're looking here, I'm going to try to make this nice and fast. No real big movement here, because you know what I talk about. 5% standard day trading is what we're looking at. Of course, as you fall further down on the list, you see the numbers changing drastically here. We got Bitcoin Cash making an 8% gain today. We're going to talk about that in a few moments. We got Tron making 3.5% in the last 24 hours, and Cardano making another 3.4% as it continues along on that 18.3% gain on the week. But right now, let's focus on that Bitcoin price at $4,018.
Yay.
Yay, right? I mean,
I'm okay with it.
Slow, steady gains. That is the best thing you could do. Forget the technical analysis. Forget everything else. Bitcoin, I don't know if it's going to be going back down, but I see it going up. I see a lot of positive momentum happening here, especially as we continue to talk about the Lightning Network, gaining improvement, gaining adoption. And I mean, everything Jack Dorsey is going on and saying with Twitter is definitely some incentivization to help open up people's eyes. All right. I'm going to take a look at Steam, because that's why we be playing these dApps, or at least the only ones that seem to have people actually on a daily participation of these games.
I find the drug wars one funny.
Our son finds drug wars funny too. I mean, I don't know. It's just the ideal of owning hydroponic farms and castles and things like that. I tried to join a gang to see if I could get some protection, because I didn't do the right thing and pick up a bunch of lackeys, I guess, to protect me. So I've been getting attacked a lot, and they've been stealing my drugs and my alcohol.
See,
so
right there, that is so funny. I mean,
so here we are looking at 46.4 cents for a price of Steam today, as it's down 1.3%, looking at only a 1% loss here on the 7-day. Not bad at all, at least holding on here to the other side of the upper 40s. That's all right with me. Hopefully we'll get this back up there to the dollar mark. You know, I seen Tone Bays on this morning for a moment. He was talking bad about Steam.
Yeah, and doing interviews with people.
Yeah. And I don't know who the guy was that he was talking with, but he was talking pro Steam, and you know, yeah, Steam got problems. Yeah, there are a lot of people making most of the money off Steam. But this concept of paying content creators for their content instead of the commercials, which nobody really wants, is amazing. So, I mean, hopefully through time, through dedication and hard work, you know, platforms like Steam's, Minds, Tribes, I mean, BitTube, there's a whole bunch of them out there. They'll get this stuff figured out, right? We're going to throw that spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks.
Somebody will be al dente.
All right. So let's talk about our next thing here. What do we do around here, Sam?
We hand out flyers.
We hand out Bitcoin flyers, as you can see me doing here at the top of my Twitter page. I put on my fin hat. We go out and adventure. We're looking at going to the Sunset Music Festival. It's about 62 days away, but we got to raise some money to make it happen, right? Because Bitcoin has no marketing department. We all have to participate in this in order to get Bitcoin, you know, awareness, spread, and these are the right people. You know, these are the younger generation. These are the people that are out there getting into the future, right? I mean, these are the people that are going to be the next investors. These are going to be the people that are the next politicians and workers and everybody else. So turning them onto Bitcoin now as they're out trying to have a good time, and I seem to find that they're receptive to this, it's great. You know, they're shaking our hands, they're talking about us, and they're taking the tools necessary to get started with Bitcoin. I'm trying to turn them onto Andreas Antonopoulos. I'm going to try to turn them away from Coinbase. I'm going to try to turn them onto the right directions. Everything all right over there? Oh, a little green spider.
Green spider, yes.
All right. As you can see, I don't know. This is the message I keep getting with my tally fund. So I went ahead and put the donational address in the link down below to possibly help, because, you know, if you can't look at the tally fund, I don't know how you're going to donate, right?
That is a good point.
Here we go with the good old blockchain. We can just take a look at it this way. Of course, that is one of the things about us being a Bitcoin nonprofit organization. You can track every dollar that we get. And the money that we get in USD, we go ahead and tell you about. I told you already that we received our Google AdSense payout on the 21st for $139 and some change. And I put a couple dollars with it, and we purchased one of the tickets already. So that's absolutely amazing.
Right now, at least one of us is going. I'm assuming it's you, but you know.
No, Sam, let's say you. I mean, I want to hear you talk about Bitcoin. We just got to get you on one of those little scandalous outfits, and I'm sure everybody's going to come up and talk to you about. Or you could do the painting.
Oh dear God, no.
With Bitcoin symbols.
I'm good, and I'm not going to be pasties either.
Oh, you're not going to paste these.
None of it.
All right.
None of that.
Hey, I know that it would definitely get some Bitcoin conversation going for sure, right, Beaky?
Oh, you're ridiculous.
As you can see here, we got 62 days until the event, but we do got to get some of the money together before that because we're going to have to order some flyers from Vistaprint. And hey, if you're out there and you can, do a little graphic manipulation, please get in touch with us. We're looking to make a different flyer this time around, and we want your help. We try to do as much as we can, but of course, the burden of the show and everything and spreading Bitcoin awareness is pretty big. And, as much help as we can possibly get, we would love to take it in the form of coming out here on the air, helping us fundraise money, coming to the event, passing out flyers with us, coming on the show, or I'm not coming on the show, I already said that, but helping us make the flyers for the event, anything at all.
The event, I mean, we know some of you are relatively close to the state of Florida or in the state of Florida. Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and stop the screen share and begging for money because I don't like all that. But I do love to talk about Bitcoin. I do love getting out here. And you know what's best is that I think we got a pretty good schedule worked out now, Samantha. Making it the Bitcoin weekends where we're out here for that Friday night and Saturday, Sunday brunch, and then the Monday night recap.
Okay. So we have Ken Bozak.
Ken Bozak, buddy. I seen you were in the chat earlier.
Yep, he said good morning, bro.
Oh, yeah, he's over there playing these dApps, too. Yes. You got to go check out his channel. You got to go subscribe. I think it's Friday nights he's playing Steam Monsters.
I'm pretty sure, yes.
I seen that he was playing another one, too. I didn't get started on it. I mean,
know there's so many, and yes.
I know, I'm just not that big of a gamer. I'm always so busy. There's not enough hours in the day for everything I got going on between work and the home repairs and the farm and trying to spread Bitcoin awareness and the channel and try to take a little me time. Of course, everybody has to take a little personal time for yourself to figure out who you are, what you're doing, and why you're enjoying life, right? Because if you're not enjoying life on an every single day basis,
what you doing?
I know, right? I mean, you only get one.
There's no point in being bitter. All right, James Benhart says, morning, sun's out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it
is a beautiful day. Our Raptorman is here. He says, hi, guys.
Our Raptorman, thanks for joining us, buddy. I appreciate it.
Oh, Ken asked, does the Huddle Fuel sponsor this podcast yet?
I know you had mentioned that before. We have absolutely no sponsors around here.
Yeah, and it was the one that they never... whatever, private message missed back or whatever, like we weren't able to communicate because we didn't follow each other, and I don't think they ever followed you back yet.
Yeah, they're not following me on Twitter, so I wasn't able to message them because I'm following them, but they're not following me.
You can't, like,
we don't, yesterday's video was, I'm not disappointed, but I think we barely had 30 views on it.
We were also on the same time slot as Adam Meister.
I know. I was taking people away from you, Ken. I know. After I switched over to come watch you, I know it's always hard when you get all of us competing together. But at the same time, our channel's not that big. Who'd want to pay to get me to talk about their product?
I wonder what it would take to live stream every YouTuber together, just one gigantic streaming conference.
Oh, we've seen that with the EOS stuff.
Yes, but that was very hard to watch because there was quite a lot of the block producer lovelinesses. But yes, maybe.
All right.
Okay.
So,
okay. So, Truth Monster is here, and Ken says the question isn't is Bitcoin worth 4,000. The question is 4,000 worth one Bitcoin when looking at the technology underlining them both. I don't know. It's inevitable. It's not a question to me. I know it is going to eventually be an unfathomable amount.
I don't know. I guess it's because I see what Bitcoin is and what I believe it's going to be. It's always, is the situation bad enough right now where I have to sell Bitcoin in order to take care of the financial obligation I'm facing? Because, you guys know me, I don't need money. It's everyone else that needs money from me.
Yes,
so unless they're like banging on the door telling me that I got to pay them, I'm not selling any Bitcoin, right? It's a one-way process of my paycheck goes to the Bitcoin, and I'm trying to hodl as much of it as possible, unless someone else is trying to get it off me for the electricity or the insurance or the water or whatever the frig it is that they're trying to get their money from. Because, I mean, if everyone just left me alone and my electricity was free and I didn't have to keep paying the mortgage, I'd live here and not really leave, except for, needing to get
the food for the animals.
Food and clothing,
people,
right?
Like people food. Yeah, BT's down for the animal kibble.
Oh, I know. He loves it when I'm home because then he gets out of the pen.
Yeah.
All right. So Bitcoin Cash is pumping today, right? We have seen that. I mean, I sold mine off a long time ago. You guys know I'm not really for the Bitcoin forks. I'm Bitcoin all the way. But,
yeah, we're more look at them dividendy. You're right. Yeah.
But of course, Bitcoin.com is for Bitcoin Cash, and they got money, right? They got a marketing department, right? They're gonna do things to try to be able to pump the price up, especially since we see Bitmain holding such a large amount of it and everything. So what are they doing? Well, they're going to be coming out with a peer-to-peer exchange, right, through Bitcoin.com. It's going to be like a local Bitcoins, but with privacy. So I can see some incentivization here. They're going to be, their number one focus is going to be on the privacy. The second part of it is they're going to have encrypted message from person to person. So in other words, as I'm trying to make the transaction with you and we're discussing payments and prices and stuff like that, it's encrypted on our end, so the government and other people won't be able to see what we're talking about.
Right. Okay.
Okay. And then third, they're saying that this is going to be non-custodial, that they're not going to have access to your funds. So we're looking at a decentralized exchange. Pretty much you're going to own your private keys in some form or another.
Okay.
I mean, this product's not out, so I couldn't go test it or anything like that. They're talking about this is coming out down the pipeline here. And they're also talking about that they're going to be taking a variety of different payments. They're talking about that this is mostly going to be for adoption and accessibility of Bitcoin Cash, which is one of those things that, I mean, it does work, okay? That's not the debate here. The debate is where is it going to end up long term as you continue to increase these block sizes? Is it really the ultimate solution?
What's the point of it? Those kinds of things.
But will this increase the adoption and accessibility of it? Are people going to want Bitcoin Cash to be able to purchase it through privacy?
Right. I mean, I can see the angle that they're going for. And yes, I mean, I'm sure that there are people who are going to want to, I mean, it's the best of both. It is like local Bitcoins and an exchange. Like, it's all of it. And I mean, it is.
I'm just worried about what's going to happen with the regulation. I mean, that's been the big thing is regulation, what's going on with it, what's happening, is it holding the price down, is it suppressing, is it keeping institutional investors, do we need it, do we not want it, is it going to mess things up or is it going to help, right?
You just went all the way down the rabbit hole.
Well, I mean, it's everything. It's all on both sides. We got mixed of feelings. As we continue in the cryptocurrency space, we always have everybody on all sides of the fence talking about how it's going to work and how it's not going to work. And that's the problem is that this stuff is so new that we don't know what's going to happen. We kind of do have to try a little bit of everything and see what actually does work and what adopts and what doesn't.
You froze again.
Oh.
That's awesome. Just try to make that not happen. Yay! Right. Oh, our Raptorman gave us $1 super chat.
Oh, thank you. Raptorman, thank you. All right. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're already holding some, there's a chance here to take a little bit of profit. As we look down the road, there could be a potential pump up. I don't know if I'd go buying any Bitcoin Cash today, thinking that when this exchange possibly opens, that the price will come up. I mean, really, what kind of a pump could you see? 10%? I mean, this
Yeah,
this isn't privacy on the
having
coin like we are potentially looking at with Litecoin, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so the next little bit of news, Mt. Gox, right? Tired of hearing about this one, but hey, we're finally starting to come in towards some sort of a closure, right? They finally paid off all of their creditors. So half the battle, right? I'd call that half the battle. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that they paid off all of their creditors, we're looking at, here's some numbers. Let me throw them at you guys. 141,686 Bitcoin, 142,846 Bitcoin cash, what they have. The claims against them to pay everybody back are going to require 802,521 Bitcoin, 792,296 Bitcoin cash, and 38 million in USD and other flat cashes, fiat cashes.
Yes, all the other, yes.
Mm-hmm. I just have in parentheses here, not enough. So if those numbers didn't jive right off the bat for you.
You can't do some quick math.
So yeah. Well, he has until April 26th to give us some sort of a deadline on the plan.
Just like on some kind of a payment plan, something. Yes.
All right. So the last little bit I got here, and then we'll go into it, is going to be, is this going to push the price down? You know, so that means we're looking closer at people getting their Bitcoin, you know, or cash or whatever. Are they going to sell? What do we think is going to happen in the market? They're also looking at, I mean, there was other forks that he's going to be collecting here too, possibly to be able to come up with some of the difference here, the Bitcoin diamond, but the amount of Bitcoin diamond and things like that he'd be collecting is more than the daily trading volume of everything. All of these numbers are because it's such a large amount of Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin diamond and Bitcoin gold and I mean Bitcoin God and purple, green, blue, whatever.
Yes, all of them. Yeah.
Right. So let it happen, right? Because ultimately, yes, that is the problem. Is that as these, especially these newer altcoins and cryptocurrencies, certain individuals are holding large quantities of them. And what we really need for decentralization with Bitcoin is for nobody to really be holding more than a Bitcoin. And how does that happen? People taking profits, people not being able to hold and hodl anymore, and selling, and Mt. Gox's, you know, nest eggs getting broken up. And this is what's going to happen over time, is that the Bitcoin is going to become diversified as more people get involved. And the more diversification of the Bitcoin across the population and nobody continuing to hold larger quantities. I mean, when we start getting to a situation where Bitcoin is up near $1 million and stuff in possibly 10 years, who's going to be holding more than a Bitcoin?
I mean, it was like how we were talking yesterday or the other day's show where, I mean, China was a big deal. Everybody was really worried. And I mean, at some point it's going to be that it's going to be so decentralized that no one has the giant chunk, hopefully.
I mean, we had even heard on Adam Meister's show yesterday, I think is where I had caught the tidbit. As the price goes up, you're not going to be able to hold the greed-eyed monster. Greed will get to everybody. I mean, if Bitcoin went to $1 million, I am sorry. I love Bitcoin, but I'm going to sell some. That's why I keep talking about doubling my bags and trying to get as much as I possibly can, because I want to be able to unload the whole way up and do little things to make my life better and not have to slave away so much, not just get that one Bitcoin and hold all the way for 20 years into the future. I want 5 Bitcoins so I can unload one every year.
Yeah.
So that's the point, right? You accumulate a lot now, especially since they're manipulating and holding down the price so that you can make your life better, make your family life better, but know that you always got to hold one because down the road, you're not going to be able to get it again. No one, no country. Like, I mean, that's the point of thing we're looking at, is that at some point, only a country is going to be able to hold a whole Bitcoin.
Yeah,
or a couple of Bitcoin. 21 million. 16 million in existence right now. And how many are lost?
Yeah.
that was one of the first things that really got me saying, I don't care if they're giving out cents on the faucet. I still want it. I want every Satoshi.
We've literally seen the differences in the faucets from when we began.
Oh, yeah. How it went from 500 to 50. Yes.
So it's like, literally, we were getting more in the drops in the bucketness before. Mm-hmm. Truth Monster says, Bitcoin Cash is legit. Storage is cheap. Core devs have lost their way. I mean, I know there are people that do believe in Bitcoin Cash. And I mean, that is absolutely awesome. There is there is going to be a lot of things that are probably going to work. I mean, this is the spaghetti at the wall, like you were saying. I mean, it's just, personally, I think both of them are crazy. I don't care, like, all of thatness. But
yes, I mean, the smartest answer is to play the board. You know, when you play roulette, you try to cover as many squares as possible.
Right, the reds, the blacks, the everything.
Right.
Yes. And what all the numbers?
You buy Bitcoin, you collect the forks, you hodl them. You just keep hodling everything. Because, hey, you never know.
No, because, I mean, yes, like, we've gotten things like donations that were odd, coins or tokens and things that they did have a pump, they did have a something, and we did sell them and get more Bitcoin. I mean,
But to even not to take the profit, not to switch to more Bitcoin, to just keep holding the Bitcoin Cash, to then to have gotten the Bitcoin Satoshi's vision, to then hold that, to hold what comes out in the future as well, because you never know what's going to happen. I mean, that's what the Adam Meister thing is with the crypto dividends, and to always be holding these things. He talks about switching them back into Bitcoin, but I mean, somebody that doesn't need the money, that is playing the long game here, you hold all of it.
Yes.
These will become precious commodities that you can't just get. These things are not fabricated. You can't just clone or copy cryptocurrencies. That's the point in it. That's why there's no double spend. So when you actually hold cryptocurrency, as it becomes more decentralized, whatever cryptocurrency it is, it'll become harder and harder to hold more and more of it.
Yes, it's like we're in the gold rush time. Like, and anybody and everybody could just walk out into those rivers and streams and strike it rich, or go dig up a rock from a mountain.
I was thinking about that yesterday when we were driving into Georgia. I was thinking, there's emeralds in those mountains in the creek. We got to plan a family vacation where we go up there and we go panning for emeralds, because I could see that for a week. Rent a couple 4-wheelers or something, or borrow some, take the trailer and the truck and some camping gear, and go this summer with the kid. And that way, if we get a couple emeralds, we turn them into Bitcoin.
Right? Yeah. Ooh, but then we also keep some.
Yes, I'll get you a ring. I know that's what you're thinking already.
Or to just, I mean,
It might be a chip.
That's okay. I'll take some flakes.
Okay. Do we got anything going on in the chat over there? Of course, you guys know that we're here for you guys. I just talk about the news to maybe get some conversation incited, right? To maybe get something going. I know you can turn in anywhere. We're all talking about the same thing on YouTube. But, of course, what I keep telling you guys is, one of the best things around here is that we are for you guys. We are for the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency markets. Nobody's trying to make a dollar here. We're trying to help as best we can. We got a free help desk that I would like you guys to use, or to turn other people on to that are getting into cryptocurrency.
Anybody have a question, man?
You can hit me up on the email. It's eugeneforce20@gmail.com. It's spelled down below if you can't spell my name, which is okay, because Force has 2 R's. And it's EUG, not UG. I don't know.
Yes, I did not realize that there's quite a lot of people who don't spell the Eugene part of your name. It's like, but I mean, I realized that with our son, like, he would get, like, report cards and referrals and things. It's like the teachers from his class would be spelling his name wrong, and it's like,
you don't need that much of an education to be a teacher now.
But don't they have, like, roll calls? Didn't they see, like, his name 100 times spelled correctly?
Oh, all right. So what else have we got going on?
Well, we have all of the tribes, the mines, the...
Oh, yes, of course, and Twitter. You guys got to come follow us on all of that. Give us the upvote, the comment, the like. Follow, join. I mean, it's a great way to collect cryptocurrency without taking any money out of your pocket. you never know. The bull runs come. The stuff gets to be worth some money. You can always get more Bitcoin or more of whatever altcoin you're into.
Yes, we're waiting for the tribe day, man.
Let's see. We're going to be out here tomorrow, right? We're going to have some Sunday brunch at 11 o'clock, same exact time as today. What else do we got going on? We'll be out here Monday in the evening.
Yes. We are still, I mean, we haven't even really started to think of the concept of the flyers yet.
No, I'm hoping that somebody comes and joins us and helps out with the flyer. I'm really trying to hold off on some of this stuff because I'm looking for some audience participation here in this. So please come get involved with us passing out flyers. We've gone out, we've done it twice already. We're looking to go do it a third time. We're adding it to our repertoire, and it's probably going to be about 4 times a year we get out and pass out Bitcoin flyers. As we move into next year and stuff, we're going to continue to try to go to the same events. So if you guys want to be able to try to get in on some of this and come hang out with us, it would be absolutely amazing. Because I know that we're not a big channel, but I just start picturing down the road, like what happens when we do have 10,000 subscribers, right? When the next bull run comes, and there are a couple hundred people in the chat, possibly. You know,
these may be pipe dreams. Slow mode. Oh, what?
And to actually get you guys to come out to these events with me, and to pass out the flyers, and us being in a big group, us make our own EDC party groups, passing out Bitcoin flyers as we all wear our crazy outfits and have a good time together.
I mean,
it sounds good, don't it, Sam? I mean, it really does.
When we got into this, it was just all you wanted to do was talk about it. And then, I mean, all we have is each other. So all we did for a real long time was talk to each other about Bitcoin. And then it was like, no, we gotta like.
Now I'm talking to you guys, and now we're trying to continue and, like Adam Weiss would say, stay in motion. So, I mean, this is what we got going on now. And of course, we're going to continue to try to add more, always.
We love our community.
Anything going on there in the chat, Samantha?
Truth Monster says, preach it, Eugene.
All right. So, one last little bit of news story. How are we doing on time over there, Sam?
Ooh, 33 minutes. We have been on 33 minutes, Ranty.
I know, it's horrible. We're losing. All right.
YouTube is now like, yes.
Well, we can just wrap this last one up real quick, and then we'll go ahead. We got XRP, right? They've been under a lawsuit. It's been like a year that this has been ongoing, trying to figure out whether or not they're a security. This has to do with Ripple Labs and their association of XRP. And, you know, they created all those coins at once, and then they sold them. And is it a security? And, I mean, they're 85, 90% underwater right now from that all-time high of like $20.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember fractions of a cent.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we know people that are pro. I mean, there's the XRP army out there. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of people that think that this is going to be one of the next major digital currencies. I've never owned any. I'm not looking to own any. But we are going to talk about it. It is out there. It does fight for the number 2 and 3 spot. Goes flipping back and forth with Ethereum. I mean, this is a major contender. Well, we have, what's his name? Jack Stravinsky? Stravinsky.
We'll go with
Jack Stravinsky. He's a lawyer, and he's telling us that we're not going to be getting an answer. So, I mean, this is usually one of the things that we have happen. The intersection between government and red tape and cryptocurrency happening at the speed of light. We're not going to be getting an answer on what's happening with them and whether or not it's a security. They just figured out whether or not they were going to be in a federal court or a state court. And now they have all the way until May 20th. So pretty much 5 days before we go to this event to figure out who's even going to be representing them.
That is so cool. I love
So, I mean... It spreads fear in the market, right? I mean, if you're pro XRP, it's, you know, one of those down things that's suppressing the price, or you would use it as an example to point to suppressing the price. You know, I guess slowly across the year as these things unravel and unfold, hopefully it'll lessen up on the, you know, what's happening with XRP. But I have heard lots of stuff. I watch Modern Investor. He talks about it all the time.
Yeah.
We are hearing about adoption happening with XRP. We're looking at billions, millions of dollars in remittance happening, looking at them reaching out towards South America and Mexico to start getting their banks on board, where they're already seeing a lot of Japanese and the Asian invasion market stuff. So, I mean, there is a lot happening. There's always a lot of stuff happening with XRP. I just wanted to come out here and talk briefly about the fact that, we are unsure if it's a security, but that's with everything with the exception of Bitcoin, right?
Pretty much.
And that we're looking at, this is going to be another one of those year-long events, and it's an intersection between government and crypto. And we keep having that. ETFs, back delay. I mean, the list is never ending on where the government is possibly hindering or slowing up the cryptocurrency markets and the advancement of this technology, even though their rule out there is that they're taking a hands-off approach. Well, their hands-off approach is, we're going to do nothing and see if you guys burn out.
I mean, once you get the government and, courts involved on any level of anything, I mean, from your wife to cryptocurrency, apparently, they take their sweet time.
Well, is there anything in the chat, or are we going to be going ahead and winding down this episode?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Please, if there's something you want to talk about, I will never cut an episode short. If you guys want to talk about something, you guys are, of course, my number one main focus. You guys are my reason for the weekends, and you guys are my friends, right? I don't really got a lot of people I hang out with on the daily basis that are here in the physical sense of the world that actually care about the same things I care about and think similarly to me, even though I am kind of the crazy person off in the woods with all these animals.
But you guys all put up with the crazy animals.
That you do, so I appreciate it. Tomorrow, we'll be back here at 11. As always, you guys, there's tools, links, affiliation codes, and all that stuff down below to help you figure out these cryptocurrency markets. I know the Tally Fund has not been working, so if you guys have been holding up on that, I actually pasted underneath the Tally Fund what the Bitcoin address is, so that if the Tally Fund does come up again, it will show in the Tally Fund.
Why ours is not working.
And also because I want you guys to be able to do Blockchain Explorer, of course, as I say that we are nonprofit, and one of the greatest things about Bitcoin and blockchain is that it is pseudo-anonymity, and as long as the addresses are provided, you're capable of understanding what's happening, which is what we'd like to see in future nonprofit organizations like the Red Cross, Greenpeace, stuff like that, and also the government. That's why we're implementing privacy at the wallet level with Wasabi CoinJoin, right? Check that stuff out for sure. All right, you guys. I love that you guys are here today. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great day, and remember to keep your BTC safe.
Bye, guys.